Wah, yang lain mana nih? Kok sepi?
Yang lain pada takut, pada
aduh. Tuh ada yang join lagi. Selamat malam Mbak Fitri, selamat malam Mbak Harnengsi. Mbak Eka, kan ada kata my heart stop beating yang di puisi Mbak. My heart stop beating when I see you smiling, atau bisa juga when I see your smile. Jadi bukan smiles. Karena smiles itu smile itu nggak bisa plural. Iya, nggak bisa double.
punya saya udah itu kan
Udah.
lo gak bikin buat Joni kan? Gak bikin Joni anjir. Aduh, otak saya tidak sampai sana. Gak bucin gue. Gak bucin.
Aku suka kata ini Mbak Tia, yang my life such a mystery without a misery. Itu kayak perumpamaan gitu kan, idioms.
Itu kayak masuk gitu aja gitu. Saya bikinnya pas lagi kerja.
Bagus dong. Artinya otaknya lagi idenya lagi cemerlang itu pas lagi kerja.
Iya. Jadi pas lagi apa namanya? Kan kerja gitu duduk nggak ini maksudnya belum ngapa-ngapain gitu. Terus saya kan bawa notes. Saya mikir gimana ya? Kayak itu kayak lewat gitu aja.
But she won't surrender, even it makes her stronger.
Random banget gitu.
Great.
Miss sudah tahu itu belum pemainnya Love of PI meninggal dunia.
Siapa? Oh iya, yang Bollywood itu ya?
Iya. Kan orang Islam itu.
Oh.
Yang udah tuanya apa yang masih mudanya? Yang udah tua.
Yang udah umur 56 gak sih? Kalau nggak salah itu dia umurnya 56. Kalau aku nggak salah baca.
Belum, Miss.
Belum ya?
Kelahiran 1969 apa berapa?
Dia main di mana sih itu filmnya? Aku nggak pernah nonton kayaknya. Aku nggak pernah lihat dia. Tapi katanya dia famous.
Belum pernah nonton, Miss.
Apa?
Life of Pi.
Nggak pernah.
Life, bukan love.
Life of
Pi.
P-nya P-I-I.
P biasa, P-I biasa. P-I aja.
Oke. Aku akan nonton.
Kapan hari kan itu saya disaranin nonton itu sama teman juga. Ih bagus, tonton aja, keren. Terus saya download nonton.
Oke. Sedih nggak? Biasanya sih film India sedih ya.
Enggak sih, lebih apa ya? Lebih
Oh,
Tapi
adventure.
ada
Action.
nilai moralnya tetap.
Hmm. Mas Jimmy? Mas? Are you there? Apa lagi ya? Iya. Mbak sini kayaknya belum ini kirim.
Jackson dulu nggak ini Miss dipanggil satu-satu nanti.
Iya, makanya. Mbak sini belum ngirim ini nggak? Belum ngirim tugas ya? Mbak sini. Mbak sini dan iya Mbak sini. Yang udah hadir sisa Mbak sini yang belum ngumpul. Aku belum terima sih, nggak tahu belum dikirim apa gimana. Oke, kita panggil Mbak Darwati, ada nggak? Hadir? Are you there? Mbak Darwati?
Hadir dong, Miss.
Iya. Mbak Tia, udah. Mbak Eka. Mbak Fitri. Mbak Fitri. Aku kayaknya nggak pernah dengar suara Mbak Fitri deh. Mbak Fitri, are you here? I hope you can join the quiz today. Mbak Harnensi. Ikut kuis Mbak, oke? Okay? Kuis. Tahu kan kalau kita kuis hari ini? Gitu. Hari ini kita akan kuis midterm.
Hari ini Kak kuisnya.
Aku udah infoin di Facebook sih. Sama kemarin sebelum kelas berakhir, aku juga infoin. Gak apa-apa lah ya. Kan ini kuisnya gampang kok Mbak. Pelajaran yang betul-betul pernah kita bahas. Dan kebanyakan itu yang kita sampai diskusikan lebih dalam itu pertanyaannya. So, it's not really a big problem. Ya kan, Mbak? Terus Mas Jimmy nggak ada suara dari tadi. Mas Jimmy? Okay, you can join the quiz, Mas. Can you join the quiz? You can. Okay. Oh, I want to ask about your poems, about the thing yang Masnya bilang, then follow your step. It means mengikuti jejakmu atau diikuti jejakmu. Mengikuti. Oke.
Kayak lagu Peter Pan aja. Harus
malu. Oke, kayaknya kita mulai aja ya. Udah 15 menit. So, bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So, today we are going to talk about comparative. But before that, we will have midterm quiz. Yang dimana midterm quiz ini akan membantu untuk scoring, untuk final scoring. Maksudnya membantu menambah untuk final scoringnya. Nah, before we start the quiz, I have the rules. Yang pertama, everyone has their own question to answer. So, Jadi aku udah bagi beberapa aku udah buat 11 pertanyaan, which has everyone has their own question. Jadi nggak bisa jawab pertanyaan yang lain gitu. Then you will be given 30 seconds to think about the answer. Jadi after I say or I write the question, jadi nanti aku akan tulis ataupun aku akan aku akan ucapkan pertanyaannya, dan you will be given 30 seconds to think about the answer. Jadi untuk setelah 30 detik itu berjalan, waktunya udah mulai gitu. And the third one is there will be 11 additional questions that can be answered voluntarily. Maksudnya di sini setelah semuanya menjawab pertanyaan, akan ada pertanyaan tambahan. I am not sure it will be 11 or maybe more or maybe less. Jadi pokoknya ada pertanyaan tambahan yang dimana itu bisa dijawab secara volunteer atau rebutan. Nah, yang rebutan di sini bagi Mbak dan Mas yang tidak menjawab pertanyaan inti tadi bisa menjawab pertanyaan additional ini agar bisa membantu pertanyaannya. Dan yang sudah menjawab pertanyaannya juga kalau masih mau menjawab dan masih bisa, dipersilahkan juga. Jadi untuk pertanyaan additional question ini Mbak dan Mas bisa menjawab sebanyak-banyaknya gitu. Ada pertanyaan? Gak usah deg-degan lah. Okay, I will call the first one should be sekarang tanggal 29. Kita lihat yang 29. Mas Jimmy. Mas Jimmy, could you please... Mas Jimmy, are you here? Mas Jimmy. Oh, oke. Mas Jimmy nggak bisa menjawab sekarang. Untuk belum dibaca soalnya. Oke, yang kedua. Mbak Endang. Mbak Endang? Are you here, Mbak Endang? Are you okay?
Yes.
Okay. Please give me the definition in your own words, the definition of descriptive paragraph, and what is the purpose of descriptive paragraph. The definition in your own words, the definition and the purpose of descriptive paragraph.
Descriptive.
30 seconds to think before answer. Lima belas. Oke, Mbak.
Yes, miss. Descriptive paragraph, in my opinion,
Okay.
it is some paragraph that using to describe someone or someplace that includes some detailed information specific, like if you want to describe a person is like his appearance or some background about her or
What is the purpose?
The purpose.
Mbak?
Yeah. The purpose.
Okay, that's enough. It's okay. Thank you, Mbak. Wait for the others ya. Terus selanjutnya ada Mbak Darwati. Mbak Darwati.
Yes, miss.
Please complete this. How to say? Please complete this question. Kata kerja yang bisa dipakai itu raining. Rain. 30 detik berpikir.
Emang miss nulis sesuatu di ini ya, di layar ya?
Iya.
Oh, di saya nggak muncul. Itu tergantung dosa masing-masing. Ya sudahlah. Udah diem kak, gue lagi gemeter ini.
10. Oke. Nice. Jawabannya?
It is raining.
It is raining.
Yes.
Why?
Karena sedang terjadi.
Sedang terjadi. Nice.
Yes.
Thank you, Mbak.
Betul, miss?
Betul.
Yes.
Okay, number 3 will be Mbak Eka. Please describe your classmate, one of your classmate. Simple aja, nggak usah panjang.
Okay.
30 detik bisa di ini dulu, di think. Apa yang akan dibilang. You can add her favorite, what she looks or he looks like, her age, her hometown, everything. Oke, 5 detik lagi, Mbak. Yeps. Can you start?
I have friends. Her name is Lukidia Sumarmo. Yes, this is one of my best friends in Taiwan. I know her at Open University. She is 24 years old. Yeah, he's very like K-pop, and his most singer in K-pop is Johnny. He is the one member of NCT, and Tia is so nice. She's a nice person. She's humorous. And friendly. She have black hair, black brown, black, sebentar ya, Miss.
Ya.
Kalau rambut
Hair.
pakai wave ya, Miss. Berubah.
Kenapa?
Kalau rambut
No question.
oh,
Okay, I think it's enough, Mbak. It's okay. It's enough. Thank you. Next will be Bahar Nancy. Bahar Nancy, can you see the PPT? Okay, I will write for you. Apa question text-nya? Tiga 30 detik, Mbak. Apa? Will she? Atau will not she? Oke, tentukan pilihanmu sekarang. Sorry. Will she? Okay, thank you. Next, Mas Jimmy, can you answer the question? Not yet. Mbak Tia.
Yes, Miss.
Mas Jimmy after Mbak Tia ya. So Mbak Tia, can you please give me the characteristic of personal letter? Ciri-ciri dari personal letter. 30 detik. Anything you know about personal letter. Oke, Mbak.
Personal letters using informal words and sentences.
And
Letters in from about personal life. It using more active sentence. And then this is the letters is for to family, to friends.
okay. That's enough. Thank you. Mas Jimmy.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, the question is why we should have a thesis statement in the essay. Oh, what is thesis statement? and why we have to put this. Itu kan pertanyaan Mas kemarin.
Pertanyaan Mas Jimmy.
Iya, harusnya
Makanya
bisa
aku
dijawab.
tanya sendiri. Ayo jawab sendiri.
Harusnya bisa dijawab. Makanya aku nyimpan beberapa pertanyaan itu untuk personal asking. Sesuatu yang udah ditanya. Jadi I want to make sure that you really understand. 30 detik ya, Mas. Dua puluh. Oke. Mas? Just answer what is thesis statement.
Thesis statement used to concise or summarize your main point and your idea in of the text. So basically, thesis statement keep you on track to your design or your writing, so you won't get lost. Yes.
Anything else?
Thesis statement itu apa
dan kenapa harus ada thesis statement dalam sebuah tulisan?
It used to present your ideas and the essence of your writing.
Yes.
It makes your writing stronger.
Yes, that's the point.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Mas. Mbak Sini.
Yes, please.
Are you ready?
Let's try this.
Okay. Please, what is the... why we have to write the complaint letters? What is happen and we write the complaint letters? Actually, it's what is the purpose of complaint letters? 30 detik. Oke, Mbak.
This why we need to write the complaint letters is we need to find a way when we are reflecting a problem with services or maybe products that we have to the company or the authority that handle the problem, maybe like a company or maybe anybody that have to be responsibility about the complaining, and we hope we can get a result or maybe reimbursement or any way that can resolve our problem.
But for example, I got a bad service from one restaurant. If I make a complaint letter 3 months later, is it okay or no?
It's maybe too late.
Too late.
We have to read the complaining letter directly or maybe as fast as we can.
Okay.
We have to or maybe just contact the person that who have the responsibility.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Mbak Fitri. Mbak Fitri? Kayaknya Mbak Fitri nggak bisa ini ya. Okay, it's okay. So, I need you to be prepared with the voluntary question. I will read the question and you just say, aku bisa jawab miss, atau terserah. Intinya, I know you can. Yeah. Make one simple past sentence. Okay.
I cried last night.
I
Cried last night.
cry-nya tulisannya gimana, Mas? Okay, thank you. Next question.
Sorry, Miss.
Ya.
Rebutan satu orang satu aja cukup.
Enggak, as much as you can. And as fast as you can. This next question is, what is letters to editor? What do you know about letters to editor? It's very easy. Okay, Mbak Tia.
Darwati, Miss.
Oh, Mbak Darwati. Sorry, yang muncul sih.
Letters to editor are usually written to express idea, comment, opinion, or share experience about something that might happen to anyone else.
Biasanya kalau kita ngirim letters to editor itu di ide kita ditampilkan di mana? Di mana, Mbak? Do you know? Anyone knows? When we write letters to editors, our ideas will be... Kenapa? Di bagian kritik. Itu jawaban apa gimana, Mbak? Bukan. Iya, maksudnya idenya dikeluarkan di mana?
In the newspaper.
Yes.
Newspaper, Miss.
In the newspaper, Mbak Enda. Mbak Darwati juga udah. Is enough, Mbak. Thank you tadi. The newspaper or magazine. Next question. Make one sentence use gerund. Oke, Mbak Eka. Mbak Eka apa Mbak Herningsi? Oke, Mbak Herningsi. Kenapa? Sorry, it's really unclear. Nggak jelas, Mbak. Smoking. Mbak? Ya, aku nggak bisa dengar. Nggak jelas. Smoking is not good for health. Yang gerundnya yang mana? Smoking. Oke, thank you, Mbak. Next question. What is open composition? In narrative text, we have open and closed composition. Can you describe one of them, open or closed composition? Just one of them.
Gimana Miss pertanyaannya?
Di narrative text, di narrative essay kita punya open composition dan closed composition. Bisa nggak dijelasin apa itu open composition atau jelasin closed composition? Salah satunya saja. Ini kayaknya penjelasan grup 1.
Grup 1?
Iya. No one knows open composition and closed composition? Oke, we skip this question. Jadi, kalau aku yang jawab ya, kalau closed composition itu di mana idenya atau tema ketika kita menulis esai, idenya itu udah ditentukan. Kalau open composition itu idenya belum ditentukan, jadi bebas. Sedangkan closed composition itu idenya udah ditentukan. Next question. I have 5 more questions. What is narrative essay? It's very easy. What is narrative essay?
Saya Miss.
Oke, Mbak Eka.
Narrative essay artinya ya Miss?
Iya, definisinya.
That's a paragraph. You can tell story or personal experience.
Okay, that's right. Biasanya tujuannya untuk apa Mbak kita tulis naratif? Tahu nggak?
Bentar Miss. It's to tell a story to start step by step.
Dan fungsinya for the readers, fungsi dari naratif esai untuk
menghibur.
Yes, menghibur, entertain. Yes, thank you Mbak. The last 4 question. I will write down the question. Please make it into passive voice, bukan asatif pasif ya, tapi passive voice. Kita pakai nama lain aja. Ini bentuk aktifnya, bagaimana bentuk pasifnya?
grogi, Miss. Pertanyaannya kan belum.
Udah. Ada di.
Saya nggak bisa lihat, Miss, kalau di Miss, lihat, Miss.
Mbak Tia.
Hilang pertanyaannya. Nah, terus gimana saya nggak bisa lihat, Miss, kalau di coba, Miss.
Bentar. Mbak Eka bisa.
Jangan grogi, Miss.
Kok
Lihat saya kalau di.
kok nggak bisa? Why semua?
Tuh layar saya hitam semua kok ini.
Nih. Mbak Eka bisa skip next question, Mbak.
Ya, Mas.
Oke, Mbak Tia.
Lei said that today is his birthday.
Lei said
that
hmm?
today is his birthday.
Okay, that today is his birthday. Thank you, Mbak.
Boleh jawab dulu, Lei?
Ya, boleh. Siapa itu?
Saya
Tolong sebutkan nama.
Harningsi.
Oke, Mbak Harningsi. Lei. That day
Was his birthday.
Okay, that day was his birthday. His birthday. Okay, thank you, Mbak.
Cowok ya, Mbak Harningsi.
Okay, next question. Bentar ya, aku tulis dulu. Oh iya, sorry deh. Ya Allah, kok pasif. Sorry, siapa itu yang Mbak Endang? sorry. Iya, indirect. Kok pasif? Indirect, Mbak. Oh, karena yang pasif ini kayaknya Mbak Endang kemarin lagi pro ya. Jago dengan pasif-pasif.
Saya nggak lihat soalnya.
Sorry Mbak. Iya, maksudnya ini indirect dan direct speech. Miss title. Okay, this one is a stative passive or passive voice. This sentence is stative passive or passive.
Passive voice.
This one is passive voice or stative passive. Please say your name.
Passive. True passive.
Ini siapa yang bicara? True passive.
Sini.
Mbak Sini. True passive. Okay, thank you, Mbak. The last question.
Last question jangan di layar lagi lebih saya nggak bisa.
Ya, siap. Oh, aku masih ada satu lagi, jadi last two question. Give me an example of conditional sentence type 1. Conditional sentence type 1. Siapa itu?
Maaf, Mbak.
Mbak Eka.
Saya tidak akan membiarkan jawab kali ini.
Oke, Mbak Eka.
Nggak tahu sih benar enggaknya buat tadi kiri. Conditional 1 ya, Min?
Iya, tipe 1.
If I come early to your home, I will tell you.
If I come
early to your home, I will tell you.
Okay. Thank you. Tipe 2. Okay, Batia. Wow, so energetic. Apa Batia? Tipe 2.
If you want to bed earlier, you will not be so tired. If you want to bed earlier, you will not be so tired.
You would not be so tired. Thank you.
Bagus.
And the last question is, what is news headline? News headline. Anyone?
May I try it?
Okay, Mbak Sini.
News headline is main point or short news broadcasts which are written interestingly on newspaper or magazine and read on radio and news reports on television. It designed are for encourage and tell the readers or audience if the news is created in content but not in detail, and sometimes are served with humor, intrigue, and curiosity for the readers or audience to find out more about the news or article.
Okay, thank you. That's so informative. Thank you guys for the answer. So we will. Do you guys need a break? 5-minute break? Or just continue the class? Okay. Siapa tahu stres nggak stres kan gampang kan? So, but you answered 2 voluntary question, but that's a good enough for you for your score. Okay, so we are now talking about comparative essay, or we can also say contrast essay. Jadi seperti yang digambar ini, komparatif, namanya komparatif artinya you differentiate between one thing with another thing. Di sini ada apa namanya ini? Ada gambar kehidupan di village and in a city. The difference is biasanya di village itu banyak pohon, pegunungan, udaranya segar kayak gitu kan. Terus kalau di city itu banyak mobil, banyak asap ini kereta, banyak polusi, ya biasanya seperti itu. So, comparative or contrast essay is a multi-paragraph composition that explain ways in which two subjects are similar or different. Jadi, biasanya kita berbicara tentang komparatif ini, bisa saja kita berbicara tentang perbedaan ataupun kesamaan dalam dua benda. Jadi, kalau kita menulis komparatif itu, it should be two things, two subjects that you compare. Nah, comparative and contrast essay, kalau komparatif itu emphasis similarities, sedangkan kontras yang namanya kontra itu differences. Jadi bedanya komparatif dan kontras. Jadi kalau Mbak atau Mas, you want to write the similarities essay, jadi misal kesamaan hidup di a village and in a city, bla 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 bla, kita menuliskan dalam komparatif. Sedangkan kalau kita mau menuliskan tentang perbedaan, we write down on contrast essay. But sometimes we also combine two. For example, decide which university to attend, or sometimes which car to buy, or living in the city or village. Jadi pokoknya membedakan antara satu universitas dengan universitas yang lain. Bahkan kita juga bisa menuliskan antara dua subjek atau 3 subjek seperti itu. Which car to buy or living in a city or village. Nah, typical patterns to write comparison or contrast essay, yang pertama itu biasanya kita compare dulu atau kita menuliskan tentang kesamaan dulu, similarities, and then we talk about the differences. Jadi biasanya modelnya seperti ini. Paragraf 1 itu introduction. Nah, introduction isinya apa? Isinya the brief explanation about both things that you want to explain. Jadi brief introduction-nya itu biasanya misal tentang living in the city or village. Kita berbicara tentang nowadays people think about they want to spend their time in a village or in a city. Jadi pokoknya introduction itu biasanya secara general dulu. Nah, yang biasanya purpose dari introduction untuk memberikan informasi kepada pembaca agar pembaca itu tidak langsung melihat inti dari esai kita. Nah, yang paragraf kedua itu ada selanjutnya ada city and village are similar. Jadi penjelasan tentang city and village itu sama karena kita berbicara tentang compare dulu. Terus paragraf ketiga biasanya itu city and village are different, dan setelah itu conclusion. Conclusion bisa saja isinya you agree with living in a city, bisa juga you write down you agree living in a village. It's up to you. The conclusion is up to you. Gitu. Dan yang kedua yaitu first do one idea, then do another idea. Actually is almost same, tapi bedanya misal di introduction modelnya seperti ini, introduction dulu kan, terus similarities, differences, terus conclusion. Hampir sama, tapi dia muncul ide. Misal satu ide, populasi. Jadi idenya itu populasi. Nah, di desa itu populasinya agak kurang, dan di city itu populasinya lebih banyak seperti itu. Jadi first do satu ide dulu, setelah clear satu ide, kita juga bisa menuliskan ide yang lain. Seperti itu. Nah, yang ketiga yaitu write only about the comparable and contrastable element of each idea. Jadi maksudnya di sini write only about the comparable and contrastable element of each idea. Jadi kita menuliskan hanya satu saja. Misal kita mau menuliskan elemen kontras idea aja, contrastable aja, atau comparable aja. Jadi terserah. Sama halnya dengan yang terakhir, only compare or only contrast. Biasanya juga dalam satu esai, we just talk about comparable, or we can just write about contrastable. Jadi nggak selamanya harus ada dua-duanya, bisa salah satunya juga. Nah, writing, comparing, and contrasting things essay itu ada dua model. Jadi yang pertama itu ini yang terkenal itu ada dua model ini, block arrangement style dan juga alternating arrangement style. Nah, kalau block arrangement style posisinya seperti ini. Paragraf pertama itu stating purpose, which is to discuss difference between city and village. Nah, dan paragraf kedua itu city. Jadi dia bedanya block dan alternating ini, kalau block itu kita membahas the second paragraph we just talk about the city, the facilities, the people, social life, and etc. But in a alternating arrangement, we talk about the facilities in a city and a village, the people in a city and a village, social life in a city and a village. So the block arrangement, it just block one thing and finish all of them and then move to the another idea. Jadi misal setelah city barulah dijelaskan village dan conclusion. Conclusion isinya sama halnya sama yang tadi, kalau kita itu akan tinggal di mana atau lebih suka yang mana gitu. Karena kita juga bisa mengambil conclusion itu dari misal karena the people in a village more kind or maybe more talkative, something like that. Jadi kita bisa menjadikan itu sebagai conclusion. We have one example here. Let me call. Sorry, ini kok nggak berbesar. Let me call siapa ya? Siapa yang mau baca?
Ya, saya.
Oke.
Aduh, keduluan.
Siapa tuh?
City life and village life. In certain case, never cross your mind that city life is better than village life. However, there are so many advantage and disadvantage in city, village, and village life. City life and village life. Also, there is a big difference in the lifestyle with a little similarities. Reality. City life is more comfortable and civilization as there are a lot of changes to developing the life.
Okay. Next, siapa tadi yang mau lagi?
Saya,
Okay. Mbak Lucky. Next paragraph.
Firstly, in city life, there is a good opportunity for young people make them start their life with a high salary because the big companies located in the cities. In addition, a good education for children because there are better schools than in the village. Also, a convenient homes, large shop, complexion, banks, offices, hotels, and hospitals. Furthermore, a lot of things that cannot made in the village. On the contrary, there are people who prefer to live in the village because they love the village life with its healthy, clean air, and fresh products, and they cannot live in cities. But almost they are usually the elderly.
Next, siapa lagi yang mau?
Saya, Miss.
Okay, Mbak Endang. Third paragraph.
Although living in the city has many advantages, there are some disadvantages too. The cost of the living is very high in the city. Cities are always noisy, no fresh air and pure water, so it's hard to live a healthy life. On the other hand, the village development area, for example, we cannot easily get many facilities that insufficient medical and education facilities. Few opportunities to make money, little entertainment, no or little public transportation, also less facilities than a big city offers.
Okay. And the last one? Okay. Please.
Overall, there are some similarities between both locations with big differences. But for each place, there is lover who cannot switches live to the other city. At the end, I see that living in a village near the city is the best way to combine the benefit of these two lives.
Okay. So, this one should be a conclusion overall. Nah, kata overall. Terus ini adalah introduction dan ini penjelasan city life. And then this one is about the village. Jadi dia juga bahkan menjelaskan positif dan negatif dari each subjek yang dituliskan. Seperti itu. Nah, karena kita berbicara tentang comparative essay, so the grammar focus will be comparative adjective. Comparative adjective usually modify or describe a noun, a pronoun, or answer the question. But we also use adjective in comparing things. Sometimes we call comparative and superlative. Nah, komparatif dan superlatif ini dia itu adjektif yang digunakan sebagai pembanding. Komparatif digunakan untuk comparing two objects, sedangkan superlatif describe an object which is the most. Jadi misal siapa ya bagus inilah contohnya nanti. Terus how we can recognize it? Comparative and superlative adjective are the adjective words that is added suffix. Ada yang pernah dengar suffix nggak? Suffix. Apa itu suffix? Suffix itu kata tambahan dari sebuah kata. Seperti er, est for the words with one or two syllables. Meanwhile, jadi one or two syllables itu artinya dalam silabus satu kata itu bisa dikatakan satu silabus kalau dia pengucapannya cuma satu kali. Misal kayak clean itu kita nggak bisa divide into two, like clean, nggak bisa kan, clean. Jadi harus ditambahkan cleaner or cleanest. Nah, sedangkan meanwhile adjective words that is add to words like more or most for the words with 3 or more syllables. Nah, kalau misal kayak diligent kita nggak bisa bilang diligenter gitu atau diligentes karena dia itu lebih dari satu silabus. Diligent karena dia bisa di-divide katanya. Sama halnya dengan beautiful. Jadi yang bisa ditambahkan adalah more atau most. Kalau di sini kita menambahkan er dan est untuk most dan er untuk more. Contohnya adjektif yang biasanya itu smart dan beautiful. Sedangkan kalau dia komparatif, smarter and smart. Jadi karena smart satu silabus, jadi syllable, jadi dia berubah menjadi smarter. Sedangkan beautiful berubah menjadi more beautiful. Sedangkan kalau superlatif, smartest dan most beautiful. Kalau di dalam bahasa Indonesia kan smarter artinya lebih pintar. Misal si A is smarter than si B gitu. Jadi membandingkan dua objek. Sedangkan kalau more beautiful, si A more beautiful than si B. Nah, itu membandingkan dua objek. Sedangkan kalau superlatif karena yang paling gitu kan, kalau di bahasa Indonesia kan smartest artinya si A yang paling pintar di sekolah, di kelas misal. Yang paling jadi dia yang paling di atas ataupun yang paling di bawah di antara yang lain. Contoh kalimatnya, Andi is smarter than Indah, membandingkan antara Andi dan Indah, atau Andi is the smartest in the class. Jadi membandingkan antara Andi dan the whole class. Gitu. Dan selanjutnya kita bicara tentang comparative adverb. Bedanya sama comparative adjective sama-sama saja, tapi yang membedakan itu di sini kita menggunakan adverb. Adverb yang dimana biasa berfungsi sebagai penjelas atau modifier verb atau modifier adjective. Nah, di sini kita menggunakan adverb sebagai comparing things. Sama halnya dengan adjective, kita menggunakan er, est. Contohnya beautifully, dengan cantik. More beautifully atau most beautifully. Sedangkan soon, sooner, and soonest. Jadi sama halnya, intinya perbedaannya cuma adjective ataupun adverb. Contoh, my Kawasaki runs more slowly than my brother's Honda. Jadi membedakan antara Kawasaki dan Honda. Sedangkan di sini all the motorbikes on the road, my Kawasaki runs the most slowly. Jadi yang paling the most slowly, yang paling yang paling terlambat, yang paling lambat adalah motorbikes saya. Nah, kenapa kita menggunakan most? Kenapa enggak slowliner atau slowliness? Karena slowly bisa di-divide menjadi 2 silabel. Slow dan ly. Seperti itu. Dan ingat, the special terms, if we talk about most, we always use the most diligent, the most clean, the most beautiful, seperti itu. Kalau ada most, harus menggunakan artikel the. Activity. Let us see. Contoh yang nomor 1, yesterday was day in my life. Bad. Oh iya, kalau bad itu dipasangkan dengan worse dan worse. Sama dengan good. Good itu dipasangkan juga dengan apa? Kalau terbaik. Better dan best. Yes. Nah, dia itu special term. Kalau yang nomor 2 apa? Rudy is bla 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 player in the team. Talented. The most talented player. Nomor 3, adverb, decreasingly.
Word processors are more expensive than 2 years ago.
Are more decreasingly. Decreasingly expensive. Dia membandingkan antara dengan 2 tahun yang lalu ya. My contribution to the project is Kenapa bukan the better? Better. Iya, karena among others engineers. Jadi kayak membandingkan dirinya, kok gini? Membandingkan dirinya dengan membandingkan dirinya dengan semua engineers, semua technician. Number 5, Sahara bla bla is bla bla bla.
Sahara is driest desert in the world.
Driest, yang paling kering.
Superlatif.
Iya, superlatif. Dia menuliskan kata Agus karena dia nggak make sure. I guess. Next, number 6. Nowadays.
Saya itu ada sih.
Number.
PPT-nya. Iya, ada PPT juga lu. Iya, ini bukan PPT.
Mbak Eka ada kan PPT?
Ada.
Oh, Mbak Darwati aman? Okay. Next, number 6. Nowadays, methods of diagnosis are becoming more sophisticated. Dan harusnya biasanya ini kan biasanya than the others, than the last time gitu kan, dia membandingkan dengan sebelumnya tapi nggak ditulis. Yang membedakan itu ada nowadays. Number 7. Robert explanation is more direct. Apa tuh?
Bruce Wayne diperankan oleh Robert Pattinson. Bruce Wayne diperankan oleh Robert Pattinson.
Number 8. The soldiers are marching than the students. More confidently. Dan biasanya itu kalau adverb itu dengan ly. Biasanya, nggak semua tapi biasanya. Number 9. Manufacturing companies face hardest or harder? Harder karena ada kata than. Yeah. Number 10. Ada kata than lagi. More excited and Legion. Kok jadinya Mbak Eka yang excited? Okay, next writing choices. Actually, this unit 7, it's not really a difficult thing. Jadi easy aja. Makanya bisa saya gabungkan dengan tulis. Easy. Next is writing choices. Writing choices, essay is the paragraph where you determine your choice of the things you compare. The choice may be stated at the first paragraph, then followed by reason, or the reason come first, then the choice is stated in the conclusion paragraph. Nah, jadi writing choices itu misal ya, kita ada beberapa pilihan gitu. Nah, untuk mengemukakan kalau saya itu pilihnya ini dan kenapa reasonnya itu ya seperti ini. We can write down in the choices essay. Model of writing choices, ya seperti biasa introduction. Introductionnya itu containing the thesis statement and argument explanation. Pro choices dan kenapa kita pro, setuju dengan pilihan tersebut. The explanation is about the agreement of the topic statement. Contra choices is the explanation of the contra statement, of course. Dan misal itu biasanya ini advantage dan ini disadvantage. Dan conclusion, your statement or your result or your reason. Gitu. Your choice. Buat contoh dari writing choice itu ada di buku tentang abortion issue. What do you think about abortion, guys? We want to speak. What do you think about abortion? Just your words. Menurut kalian itu aborsi itu gimana? Should be illegal or illegal?
I think it's
50-50.
If we talk about Islam things, abortion is illegal. We can do that.
Yeah.
Prohibited. Yeah. But if someone like you maybe have a woman have raped, and then you need to abortion that baby because maybe hard karena itu diperkosa gitu. Jadi walaupun kita melahirkan anaknya itu kayak sesuatu beban lagi, beban mental gitu. For me.
Okay. What about the others? What do you think about abortion?
We have to see the reason first is because abortion some maybe some part of the pregnant have the harm for the mother's life, or maybe have the other reason because of the sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment.
Yeah, or maybe they really want it because of free sex. Sometimes they have pregnant, then they have no other choice, so they have to throw away
to keep the baby.
Yeah. They don't want to keep the baby because in the end they will be more lebih complicated lagi masalahnya, Miss.
The problem will be more complicated.
Yeah, we don't know the mothers how to write the letters about the baby, and maybe also from the peoples also have their own mereka punya pendapat itu jadi beda, Miss. Nanti kan anaknya kalau besar itu bisa jadi cemoohan orang.
Oh iya, apalagi kalau di Indo kan, di Indo ya. Maksudnya kita ambil ini di Indo, ambil situasi di Indo. Yes, that's
culture in every country is different.
Culture.
Taiwan maybe still okay unless you can give them the good and better life as well as their life in here, but not in Indonesia.
But do you think? I mean, if we talk about the law, do you think abort the baby is one of the melanggar peraturan hukum nggak? What do you think?
Have to see first because some 50-50. The other one have maybe is okay, but the other one is like prohibited.
But we are talking about the woman rights. Woman rights means it depends on the woman. You want to keep the you want to human rights. Like you want to keep the baby, it's okay. It's up to you, right? Because you will born the baby. You will have the pregnant. You will have the.
If we see from the human rights, is okay. You have pregnant with or without a husband. Because the baby also have the right to life. But in another way,
culture
becomes more suffer.
Yeah. Any others idea about the abortion? It should be illegal or illegal? In the text, the conclusion is thought it is very personal decision. So so the text agree with the human right things, like it's a very personal decision. I think that the fate of abortion rights will have to be left for the Supreme Court to decide. Jadi it's about the personal decision of your choice. Gitu. So next is in the grammar focus of choice, expressing contrast. Expressing contrast means unexpected result. For example, we use expression. Jadi biasanya itu kita belajar beberapa expression. Misal expression menyapa, expression berterima kasih dan sebagainya. Nah, ada juga expression contrast atau bagaimana cara menyampaikan sesuatu hasil yang di-expect ataupun tidak diekspektasi. Misal, John is in a good shape physically because he does much exercise. Contoh yang lain, John is good in good shape physically even though he doesn't do much exercise. Nah, perbedaannya, jadi ketika kita mengekspresikan kontras, itu kita bisa menggunakan kata sambung because dan juga even though. Kalau kata because itu dipakai untuk mengekspresikan expected result atau sesuatu yang sudah diekspektasikan. Misal, she got an A score because she studied hard, seperti itu. Karena sudah diekspektasi, kita udah lihat dia itu belajar dengan giat gitu kan. Sedangkan even though itu digunakan untuk express unexpected result. Unexpected result seperti sesuatu yang tidak disangka-sangka gitu. Dia nggak pernah belajar tapi dia kok bisa dapat A gitu. Itu nggak diekspektasi. Contohnya seperti ini. Dia kok bisa jadi bagus bentuk tubuhnya padahal dia nggak exercise. Contoh yang lain, because she was not in good mood, she didn't go to the party. Or even though she was not in a good mood, she went to the party. Kata because atau even though ini kita bisa put in the middle or even in the first sentence. Nah, because and even though ini introduce adverb clause. Adverb clause itu yang ini. Apakah kalian recognize the difference between using because dan juga even though? Did you recognize? Did you recognize the difference between because dan even though? Udah dilihat perbedaannya kan?
Expected and unexpected
result, ya. Yeah. Oke. Di sini saya mau ide, jadi complete the sentence with your own words, whatever you want. I will call Mbak Endang first. Number 1, please answer with your own words. Jadi nggak ada yang salah dan nggak ada yang benar. Nggak ada yang salah, nggak ada yang salah jawabannya. Mbak Endang. Yeah, number 1, Mbak. Complete the sentence with your own words.
Because there was only one teacher at that school.
So
there is
terserah, Mbaknya bisa nambah apapun gitu. Karena tidak ada karena hanya satu guru di sekolah itu, jadi apa gitu. Jadi misal siswanya berkeliaran atau apa. Anything. Use your own words.
Because there was only one teacher at that school, so there's so many students.
So many students. Kenapa? Because there was only one teacher at the school.
So the class is often in jam kosong itu, Mas.
Kenapa, Mbak?
Sering jam kosong itu.
Ada jam kosong. Because there was only one teacher at the school, the student didn't study well. Bisa gitu kan? Tidak belajar dengan baik karena cuma satu. Atau bisa juga
Miss, kok contoh kalimatnya Miss sama kayak yang saya buat.
Berarti kita satu hati, Mbak.
Many students can study well.
Didn't study well. Karena ini kan pakai was. Oke, thank you Mbak Endang. Mbak Darwati, nomor 2. Joe speaks Chinese very well because karena dia udah ikut kursus atau dia ngambil kelas Mandarin kayak aku. Apa, Mbak Darwati? Ada nggak Mbak Darwati?
Yes, ada Miss.
Okay.
Because keturunan itu bahasa Inggrisnya apa Miss?
Keturunan, family race.
Because he is of Chinese family race.
Or juga bisa bilang apa ya? Descent.
Because he has been staying in Taiwan for a long time.
bisa family race saja Mbak. Or her ancient family. Oke, dibaca lengkapnya Mbak.
Just speaks Chinese very well because he is tadi apa lagi?
Descent.
Oh ya, because he is descent gitu aja.
Of
Nggak pakai.
Bisa he is because his family is Chinese descent. Gitu.
Because he is Chinese descent.
Okay. Number 3, Mbak Eka. Theodore. Soundly. Tidur soundly itu kayak apa namanya? Ngorok ya. Meskipun kira-kira soundly itu bukan ngorok. Kemarin apa? Nyenyak. Theodore slept soundly even though terlalu rumahnya bising gitu. It's ringing.
Yeah.
Was ringing.
Was.
Iya, karena slept. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bahar Nexi, number 4.
The windows are opened because the sun rises.
Because
the sun rises.
The sun rises. Ya, iya. Jendela terbuka karena mataharinya terbit. Maksudnya kita mau menghirup udara yang segar gitu ya, Mbak. Yeah.
Untuk lapis gimana?
That makes sense.
Atau gini.
Atau gimana?
Because atau gini. Because the strong. Bisa nggak?
The wine is strong. Yeah. The wine is strong. Ya, bisa. Thank you. Both of them make sense. Number 5, Mbak Tia.
Even though monetary crisis is still striking. Striking itu apa, Miss?
Apa ya? Up, iya. Up. Berkembang gitu. Menyolok.
Even though monetary crisis is still striking. Sangat tajam. Apa ya? Masih berkembang apa ya? Still striking. Even though monetary crisis is still striking, but still a lot of people show off in social media.
Yeah. Show the luxury things in social media.
Apa gitu? Branded things in social media.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah. That's really so unbelievable. Even though monetary crisis is still striking, many people still doing
Corruption, iya. Padahal udah krisis moneter.
Ya udah krisis, tetap aja
corruption.
Justru itu karena krisis, jadi makin banyak korupsi karena mereka nggak ada duit. Korupsi, bisnis tetap korupsi. Ya betul, yang pamer itu suka pamer itu udah tahu krisis pamer dulu nggak pernah dibagi-bagi.
Harusnya membagi gitu ya.
Kan aku jadi pengen mengumpat.
Aduh.
Orang bagi-bagi duit tuh. Oh ya, di atas gedung terus kayak Bu Devi nyoh gitu nyoh.
Kayak film Money Heist.
Money Heist.
Ada yang nonton nggak Money Heist? Film Spanyol.
Money Heist itu yang curi-curi duit itu
iya.
Di bank.
Saya
belum nonton sih, Miss, itu baru baca spoiler.
Bagus banget.
Pengen nonton.
Next, Mas Jimmy, number 6. Yeah. Even though the snow is very thick.
Even though the snow is very thick, we still go skiing.
Ya. Jadi meskipun snow-nya thick, sangat tebal, kita tetap pergi main ski. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you. Mbak Sini, number 7.
Number 7, because the river is very dirty. So we need to keep the river
clean. Yes. Oke deh, Mbak Sini, bonus nomor 8.
Many people smoke even though they are in public place.
Oh, even though they are in public place. Yeah. Many people smoke even though they
know they can smoke at
the
place. It can cause cancer.
Yeah, cancer and stroke. Can disturb their heart.
Kayak tadi soalnya Mas Jimmy tadi saya bikin begini.
Kenapa?
The snow is very thick. I keep walking to the lake house.
Oh my God. Jadi
grammar tadi loh, Miss. John is in good shape physical because they does much exercise. Kan Johnny juga bagus bodinya.
Jadi
Oh my god.
temanya ini walau badai menghadang gitu ya.
Iya, ya
Walau badai menghadang.
kenapa kayak kata itu?
Okay, the last one is advice. Advice adalah saran. In writing advice, you will learn how to respond problems with advice. Jadi kadang ada orang, masalah aku nggak bisa ketemu gimana dong, ada saran gitu kan. The form is that you may be given a short-sighted text from someone, then you will be asked to give advice to determine the best solution by comparing the advantages and disadvantages about the problem being asked. Then you have to state your advice by giving one best solution. Nah, jadi misal yang lebih kompleks sedikit ya, advice-nya aku diterima problem mau di Ayunda ya. Aku diterima di Columbia University dan Stanford University. Gimana? Jadi biasanya kita menuliskan advantage dan disadvantage of both university. Harvard ya? Harvard dan Stanford.
Harvard sama Stanford saya.
Oh, okay. I forget. Aku cuma ingat Stanford. Jadi dia diterima. Jadi we can explain the advantage and disadvantages about both universities, and also give your advice one best solution. Jadi nggak bisa gantung kayak kita kasih. Menurut aku terserah kamu sih ya, itu bukan advice kan. Jadi kita harus, you have to choose this one considering bla 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 gitu. Nah, the model of writing advice, the very first after you have the problem statement, so first introduce about the problem or brief explanation. Nah, kalau kita lihat di sini biasanya itu kayak brief explanation about the university, for example, about Stanford and Harvard University. Both of them is a good university in the world, seperti itu. Terus your idea about the problem, the advantage about the second and about the first and the second subject, and then your advice. Ini simple sih. Jadi tapi dalam membuat writing advice itu kita harus mengikuti susunan ini. No other choice. Nah, seperti yang di sini di buku itu ada, I want to run a store after I graduate from high school while my parents want me to be a civil servant. What is the best solution you think? Jadi dia di antara dilanda kebingungan karena dia mau run a store after graduated from senior high school, but his parents want him to be a civil servant. Jadi di paragraf pertama itu, it's a cliche phenomenon in our culture where parents, jadi brief explanation about the problem, and then setelah itu your idea about the problem, like running a store is a good idea. Jadi kita udah bisa baca nih, oh dia setujunya sama running a store gitu, dan sudah langsung menyebutkan ke advantage dan disadvantage of the subject. Nah, kita menggunakan menulis advice itu biasanya menggunakan while dan whereas, karena kembali lagi kita berbicara tentang komparatif atau perbandingan. While and whereas are used to show things is directly contrast each other. Both while and whereas may be used with the idea of either clause with no difference meaning. A comma is usually used even the verb while, whereas comes second. Jadi biasanya kan kalau ada kata conjunction seperti whereas atau seperti because, even though, kalau dia di tengah posisinya kayak gini, whereas-nya di tengah, itu nggak ada koma lagi karena udah memisahkan antara kalimat pertama dan kalimat kedua. But if you use while and whereas, you have to put a comma. Nah, we can use while in both to express time and show contrast, but we can only use whereas only to show the contrast. For example, Nita like tea while Anto prefer coffee. Nita like tea, whereas Anto prefer coffee. Karena ini tentang kontras antara teh dan kopi. Sedangkan kalau time, Nita did the ironing while Anto swept the floor, kita tidak bisa menggunakan whereas. Gitu. Itu aja sih. Ini tentang expression aja. Jadi how you express the contrast, the direct contrast between one subject with another subject. Any question? Any question, guys? Any question or suggestion?
No, sarang lagi bener nggak sih?
No.
No.
So our class will. Oh, next week will be the last group presentation.
Online meeting.
No, last online meeting will be next 2 weeks. Last online meeting, I want to be like I will show my face, like I want to present with you with the video. I hope I can do it. Okay, so we can like really like doing a face-to-face teaching.
Kayak lagunya itu. Siapa namanya lupa.
Okay, so kembali lagi dengan quotes by Nisa. Just because you took longer than others doesn't mean you fail. Jadi kadang kita butuh waktu dalam sebuah proses. Nggak selamanya kita cepat, akhirnya kita berhasil. Nggak selama juga kita lambat, akhirnya tidak berhasil. Jadi, just because you took longer than others doesn't mean you fail. Remember that. So, thank you so much for today. Thank you, guys, for answering the best answer, giving the best answer of your quiz. This really impressed me. So, I'll see you on the next meeting. Bye-bye. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye, Miss. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.